lights. Indica. All 4 indicas. Northern lights, I guess. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna work. Gotta plug in this phone. At least I started the video already. Ooh, is it a bigger thing? It is. It's like a bigger container, I guess. Cool. Why not? Smoking hat. It's a shooter, huh? I mean, it does look cool. Oops. $16. Jesus fucking Christ. It's been 16 hours. Yeah. We know that the first video is good at 2 a.m. and the second video was also good, and we went to 9. These two are bad. But we do have videos from today. It was a long fucking day. Hi guys, I love you. I'm back. What's up? It's Skycatlive. I am loading games and getting in on EVE Online or the FFX. I want to go see what kind of notifications I got. Insurance contract issue, but I didn't get anything for doing this. Did I? Complete 3 jumps. I didn't get anything. I had to leave 5 minutes before this ended. It was so... I guess I'm going out. I will leave a cat navy here, and I will detonate. I gotta get on the Mortal and the FFXI. I'm just gonna keep playing fucking private. I don't want to pay for retail. I will do retail next month, but I mean, I'm not gonna do it this month. I know that, or maybe I will do this month. I don't know. I'll think about it. It's only what, $14? Yeah, probably will do it this month. Why not? Ooh, mithril. I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to leave this here. I'm going to jump out of this cat navy. Leave ship. Did I insure this thing? Yes, I did. So, okay, we are going out. I just gotta make sure that I don't have, like, augs or anything. No, I don't. And yes, all my augs are in the correct place. That's good. We will detonate and come back here. So, here we go. This is a Galente system now. So I will leave it. I don't know. Maybe I should. Well, leaving the cat navy here is good, but I don't think I'm gonna. Or else, yes, I will. I will leave it here. I'll leave it here. Okay, I want to open my door because it's kind of like.
No waypoint set.
Oops. Did I do this wrong? I did. I want you to self-destruct. There we are. Excuse me. The air is stale in here. I'm going to open this thing. I am tired. I'm not going to be on for very long tonight. It was a really, really long 16-hour day for me with a 10-hour shift or something. It was just a long, pointlessly long, fucking stressful day. Not pointless, sorry. Not pointlessly long, just like sort of gruesomely long. But not pointlessly, no. Got a lot done today. Real life stuff is always fun. Go see a doctor, go out of town somewhere or something. Do some stuff. Stone 3. Gotta be a low-key day. I really, really wanted to buy beer, and I didn't. Because it just got to be too late. 14 hours went by, and I was just like, I'm not going down to the fucking store and losing another 20 minutes. I'm not doing that. And I drank last night anyways. Kill the sign. My signet's gone, which is annoying. Maybe I should buy a signet staff. I don't think they're very cheap. But maybe. Maybe at rank 10 I can buy a signet staff, maybe? We should go see. Alright, 9 seconds. This game looks so good. Got some good kills, though, today. That's good. Yeah, did you kill it? Yeah, you did. So, good. What about the worm? Is he EP? No. In there's more ants. I didn't know for 20 years what part of Final Fantasy XI I like so much. And it's that it's the game that requires you to do the least but also the most amount of work I've ever played short of EVE Online. And you can just sit there as a gamer. And it is a hard game, and I respect FFXI players a great deal. This game is not that easy. It will this guy, not this guy, but the other guy, easily could cast a spell that would do 3/4 of my health bar, which sounds like nothing in the modern age, but back then losing 3/4 of your health bar means you have to sit down for 6 real life minutes. I'm dead serious too. To get 60% of your bar back in this game, you have to sit for 6, or what is it? It's 6 real life minutes or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's a lot. And what did I do with my phone? Oh, here we go. Gotta plug it in. This charger. This charger. Oh. I gotta look at my. I gotta send something to somebody real quick. This is Chrome. Yeah, my browsing history appears here. Does it? Did you sync? There it is. Am I not on my Wi-Fi? No, no, no. Oops. Almost done, sorry. Why did you put me way up there? I don't need to be way up there. Close it all the way down. Trump shut down the government. New. Let chat know when they share a viral clip of your stream. They can earn 3 exclusive badges. I don't care about that. Sorry. So I don't care about kids stuff. That's for kids. I don't care. Yeah, the Elon Musk Charlie Kirk situation. Okay. 14 best new games. So the feds are targeting Discord now. AOC on Trump shut down. I have a whole bunch of ones queued up on this side too. No, I don't. I can just close this one.
Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show. You daily dive into the news.
Thank you,
It's
Philip DeFranco, for the
Thursday,
excellent
and
content from my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
With this, 2 Jewish people were killed and 4 others severely injured in the UK this morning after a man drove a car into a Manchester synagogue. And this guy got out and started stabbing people before being shot to death by the police shortly after the attack began. So given the nature of the attack and the fact that it happened on Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, police are calling this a terror attack. Right? At least as I'm recording this, we're not seeing a lot of footage that you would normally see.
I don't know, man. I don't know if 4 people is a terror. I guess it is a terror attack, yeah. It's not a terrorist per se, is it? It's a murderer. A mass murderer. I don't know if you could call him terrorist. Terrorism usually implies some sort of political thing. But in my opinion, when somebody wastes 4 people, they're usually just a murderer. They might have political reasons to do it, or religious reasons. But they were just sick, usually.
The attack, and that appears to be.
Did you call it a terror? Now, when I think of terrorism, I also think of organization, not one dude.
Because of the demographics of the area, right? Manchester, and this area in particular, has the highest Jewish population in the UK, and generally speaking, observant Jews don't use devices on high holidays like Yom Kippur. And so for now, regarding a number of the details from this attack, we're waiting for that to come out. And I'm also saying attacker, and you're seeing attacker everywhere, because right now we don't know the suspect's name. You've got London police saying they believe they know his identity, but they're, quote, unable to confirm at this stage. Also, another hurdle in identifying the attacker was because suspicious items were found on the body, which required the bomb squad to come out. There, it's being reported that the items weren't viable and not a threat. And then with all this, it looks like he may not have worked alone, as 2 others have been arrested in connection with the crime. Also, as far as what we're seeing, you had Prime Minister Keir Starmer telling reporters,
the attack in Manchester this morning is absolutely shocking, and all of our thoughts are with those affected. I'm on my way back to London. When I arrive, I will chair an emergency COBRA meeting. I'm already able to say that additional police assets are being deployed to synagogues across the country, and we will do everything to keep our Jewish community safe.
You also had the Israeli embassy condemning the attack and saying that such an act of violence should be perpetrated on the holiest day of the Jewish calendar in a place of prayer and community is abhorrent and deeply distressing. Right, and for Jewish people in the UK, this attack appears to be just another example of the rising wave of anti-Semitism, and here, a deadly one. In fact, according to the Community Security Trust, which is a charity that tracks anti-Semitic acts in the UK, 1,521 cases have been documented between January and June of this year. And that number includes a wide range of things, everything from graffiti and online abuse to assaults and other acts. And altogether, that means that this year has the 2nd highest rate of anti-Semitic incidents since they've started tracking it. And with all this, in general, there's a real fear from the UK's leadership that this could lead to even further increased tensions between sectarian groups across the UK. And we may already be starting to see that play out. I mean, just a quick search on social media, and you have people bringing up Israel and Palestine, the UK recently recognizing Palestine as a state, pro-Palestine marches in the country, though again, right now, we do not officially know any details about the attacker or his beliefs. So again, for now, we have eyes on this.
Palestinians are people like everybody else.
Investigations here. But then also, regarding the topic of anti-Semitism, we should talk about this news involving the ADL and FBI. Because Kash Patel, the director
Problems,
of the FBI, he just announced that the agency is cutting ties,
positives,
with them saying
and everything in between.
Functioning like a terrorist organization. And this notably after Elon Musk and other right-wing influencers went after the ADL for its work documenting
just humans
and anti-Semitism connected to Charlie Kirk's Turning Point.
No better, no worse than anybody else.
ADL never actually labeled Turning Point.
All life is sacred.
A hate group. Instead, it described it as a right.
Same for Jews or anybody else.
Platform for extremists and far-right conspiracy theorists. They then also claim that TPUSA's leadership and activists have made multiple racist or bigoted comments and have been linked to a variety of extremists, and they gave various examples there. And they then also argued that Kirk himself pushed numerous conspiracy theories about election fraud and COVID-19 and has demonized the transgender community, as well as promoted Christian Christian nationalism, right? And then connected to that, you had a fair share of people sharing screenshots of an ADL webpage talking about what's known as the Christian identity movement, right? Which is, it's not just about identifying as Christian. Instead, it's described as an extremist ideology dating back to the 19th century, which believes that white people are God's chosen ones and advocates for a holy war against Jews and other minority groups. And so with all that in mind, you had Musk pointing to the ADL and saying that they're a hate group against Christians, right? And claiming that the ADL using what he called false and defamatory labels about people and organizations, including calling them extremist, hate, or terror groups, encourages murder. And Musk then going on to say that they're a far-left hate propaganda machine, which I will say is also a little bit funny, just because, you know, a lot of the criticism of the ADL has actually come from people that are considered more far-left. Right? And specifically, Palestine supporters or Netanyahu critics, they've slammed the organization for equating anti-Zionism and even general criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism. I mean, you've even had ADL employees speaking out against the ADL's defense of the Israeli government. Though also, notably, a lot of backlash came in response to the ADL's past defense of Elon Musk. You might remember when Elon Musk did this, the ADL called it an awkward gesture and a moment of enthusiasm. And actually now, in response to all this, you've had the ADL accused of folding to Musk again by taking down its so-called glossary of extremism, reportedly removing over 1,000 pages of related research from its website. Though there you had the ADL defending itself in a statement saying that an increasing number of entries in the glossary were outdated, and noting you also saw a number of entries intentionally misrepresented and misused. But again, another big aspect of this backlash we're seeing it has to do with the ADL's ties to the FBI and other law enforcement. Because if you didn't know, the ADL's partnered with law enforcement agencies for decades to educate them on extremism and anti-Semitism. And actually, in the case of the FBI, it's mandatory for new agents to complete the ADL's Law Enforcement and Society Workshop, which, according to the description, examines the history of the Holocaust, the role of police under the Nazis, and the implications of the Holocaust for law enforcement today. I mean, you even had in 2014, former FBI director and I guess now recently indicted James Comey delivering a speech praising the ADL for its work, saying, if this sounds a bit like a love letter to the ADL, it is, and rightly so. But now you've got Kash Patel telling Fox News, James Comey disgraced the FBI by writing love letters to the ADL and embedding agents with an extreme group functioning like a terrorist organization and the disgraceful operation they ran.
Why do I have a
spying on
janitor and a
Americans. That was
scientist
not law
here?
enforcement. It was activism dressed up as counterterrorism, and it put Americans in danger. And saying that era is finished. This FBI formally rejects Comey's policies and any partnership with the ADL. But then next up in the news, let's talk about Trump gearing up to send ICE to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. Because in case you missed it, the NFL and Apple
ICE
Music,
to
they announced
Bad
that Bad
Bunny's
Bunny's going to be the
Super Bowl?
halftime headliner this year. And that's not like the most surprising news. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. But still, because everything is stupid, that sparked a controversy. Because even though Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico, which is an American
Okay,
territory,
I have no idea what Bad Bunny sounds like, so we're gonna pause here my recording. Hi guys, we're back after about 5.5 minutes here on this video, and I just went to go see who Bad Bunny was. Pretty good, Puerto Rican, Latin, salsa inspired, Spanish rap, and like pretty, or whatever you want to call it, Puerto Rican rap, and very, very good, and I liked it quite a lot. I don't think I would normally like buy the album because it's sort of party bangers that I wouldn't normally listen to, so old, but I liked the music. I actually thought it was a pretty good beat. I wouldn't mind listening to it on a cruise ship or like on the beach or like at a park for a picnic or something like that, or like Sunday night at your friend's house at like 12 people and shit like that. It'd be pretty fun, like for beers and stuff like that. Good party bangers. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good, and so that's my impression of Bad Bunny. Whatever. I had no idea who the fuck he was. No idea.
many on the right
But I do now, and I liked it.
believe that this was
He was wearing a kilt there in the second video. Kind of a brave statement. I got a really good friend who wears kilts. And I got to say, I thought that was quite impressive, actually, on a man. A man totally, completely rich and successful and completely confident in himself. And it was good to see it, And maybe, I don't know what his orientation is, but it was still really, really awesome. Whatever.
un-American choice, or with some outrage.
The kilt shocked me because I thought we were gonna get like this like rapper dude that was gonna come all hard or whatever, but no, it kind of came from like a more sort of Puerto Rican, sort of Brazilian, like kind of like open culture kind of approach, and I liked it a lot. It was cool. It's not my culture any more than, say, somebody like Sean Paul or something, but it is good, fucking good, like Sean Paul. He reminded me of Sean Paul. He stood out like Sean Paul, as he should have.
His music is primarily in Spanish.
So yeah, we go back now. The reason I looked at him is because apparently he'll be doing the Super Bowl this year, which I won't watch because to me, football is dead after Peyton Manning quit because they stopped making it interesting. It's to me, football now is primarily a family pastime, a reason to go tailgate, a reason to go down to the bar, get drunk with your homies or whatever. But primarily, I view NFL as fuel for gambling. And honestly, I would be tempted to bet on the Super Bowl. Not that I would, but I mean, I don't even have any money. But I mean, like, for me, the fact that I don't know, the fact that I don't have any money and that I can't gamble and that it's not really moral or whatever you want to call it. Not moral, but it's like, but it puts money in a middleman's pocket that I'm not sure I like so much. And so, so I could do like fantasy football and get back into football again. I actually know football pretty well, but like, I don't like sports. And so they're sort of dead to me. So I don't care who's at the fucking Super Bowl. I really, really like the whole West Coast lineup that they had. I think it was either last year or the year before. I didn't watch it. I still haven't seen that. Or I think I saw it once on stream or something like that. But yeah, I think we did watch the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg one at the Super Bowl. And there's a couple that I've missed. Like, I don't think I've seen or I think I did see the Weeknd's performance. I don't know. In the last 5 years, I don't know who's even done it and who's played, and I don't care. Who played this year? I don't remember. Or sorry, last year it was,
Corey, many on the right believe that this was an un-American choice, or with some outrage that his music is primarily in Spanish.
Yeah, it's odd that they ran Bad Bunny for America, and I think it's a choice that's going to inspire racism in white people in America. It's going to piss off white America because they want to hear something American like that they grew up on at the Super Bowl. Or even something new like The Weeknd, or even old like Dr. Dre. But no matter what, the music should be something that these people grew up listening to. And I don't think Bad Bunny's it. How long has Bad Bunny been famous? Like 5 years? So, and that's not a diss to Bad Bunny at all. Not in any way or form. If he ever sees it, if he ever sees this, I'm not taking a stab at you, brother. It's that, remember, these are boomers that we're talking about that primarily really love football. Like, it's everybody, but it's primarily like boomers to baby boomers and everything in between, like the fucking Gen X and stuff, and the kids and the Zoomers and all that, and the millennials. And all of them listen to music from probably before 2004. So it was a big surprise when they went with The Weeknd, but everybody knew how big Starboy was and all that. So they kind of like, they were okay with The Weeknd because he is an American. Everybody knows the songs because they incessantly play it and all that. But I doubt Bad Bunny gets play at the local rap, rock, or alternative stations. In I bet it does in like places like LA and in certain demographics and areas and stuff. But like, it's not this thing that white Americans who grew up watching football, and I'm using white as a kind of a derivative here, not derivative, but a negative here a little bit. Like the people that like football is everybody. It's everybody. But it has a strong white male presence. You skipped me ahead, didn't you, you son of a fucking bitch? You dirty son of a fucking whore. Where was I, piece of shit? Where was I in this? Where was the Bad Bunny bit? You're not segmenting these videos, and I skipped by accident. Yeah, we watched the Jewish segment. We have now we're on the I'm sorry, no, we're watching the Jewish segment, and it came up to that Bad Bunny got the Super Bowl, and so you're starting to see this like anti-Latino bent in America, and I don't like it. You're starting to see an anti-female bent in America, and I don't like it. That get back in the kitchen shit is getting worse. We're starting to see an anti Jewish bent in the far right in places like Britain with this synagogue murderer, mass murder. And it's not too good. And so it's an interesting time to play a non-American. It's going to be a diss to Bad Bunny, and I don't know why they did this to him. He's probably going to play too. He's signed a contract. I guarantee they probably can't get out of it, frankly. But unless America rebels and it's just not wise for him to do it, I don't know. I bet he's probably under contract now, so it doesn't really matter. And legally, you probably can't even get out of it, frankly. So unless they cancel him, that's their business, I think. But you know, but they probably reserve the right if they want to. But you know, they're gonna trundle out Bad Bunny in one of the worst years as America's had in a long, long time because of Donald Trump. And the libs are triggered that the NASCAR dads don't like Bad Bunny or don't want him representing America. And it's just a bad sort of explosive choice. Not that Bad Bunny's the bad part of it. It's the fact that they chose somebody from the last 5 years as opposed to, remember, most of America is dinosaurs. The last time a bunch of these boomers had sex was like in high school back in 2004, as opposed to somebody like me who slept with 25 women in the last 10 years. And like a lot of them aren't like that. They grew up on Metallica. They want to hear Metallica. They want to hear Dr. Dre. They heard Dr. Dre. They want to hear, you know, Black Eyed Peas. They'll hear Black Eyed Peas. They want to hear, you know, Fergie or what are some of the others? Tina Turner or whatever. It's like they like their music from 20 or 30 years ago because like South Park said in the Member Berries episode, they are entirely, and by they I mean us. We are I keep saying they, but we are. Well, I'm describing the right though. The right and the NASCAR dads and the NFL dads, they would probably really like to hear Wu-Tang. Frankly, I bet you Wu-Tang would have gotten a vote of something like 92% over 8 if they were given a vote between Wu-Tang or Bad Bunny. They're going to say Wu-Tang. Because they grew up on Wu-Tang. They didn't grow up on Bad Bunny. This is not a diss to Bad Bunny in any way or fucking form. Bad Bunny's fucking awesome. We just played him like a whole song and a half of his on my channel. You know, he's awesome. I just proved it. Difference is, you know, we didn't grow up with Bad Bunny. No slight to Bad Bunny. They want something like, I mean, what would be, okay, if I were to pitch to the NFL dads a musician, it would be Eminem. Right now, today, it would be Eminem, I think. Eminem, and I think Eminem did the West Coast tour, and they kind of lumped him in with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And so if Eminem can't take that, then who else would they like to hear? K-Dot. It should have been K-Dot. Should have been K-Dot. We all know it. K-Dot had the banger this year with motherfucking, and they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. That's the xenophobic, grew up with K-Dot from 20 years ago, 2004. You know, grew up with K-Dot, like, you know, West Coast, East Coast rap thing in America. Even my mom can get down to not like us. And, you know, as like Bad Bunny, anybody can get down to Bad Bunny, but remember, Not Like Us is like an anthem for America. I don't think anything Bad Bunny has is an anthem for America. So K-Dot should have taken this show, but I mean, did K-Dot play the Super Bowl? Did Kendrick Lamar play the Super Bowl yet? I don't know. Yes, Kendrick has played the Super Bowl twice. He did it in 2025. He was the sole headliner for the Halfliner show in New Orleans with special guests SZA, DJ Mustard, and appearances by Samuel L. Jackson and Serena Williams. He was a part of a star-studded lineup of hip-hop legends, including Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. I forgot who was at that show, and I forgot that, yeah, he did represent the West there. But so they already used K-Dot, so they're in a tough place. So now we go. It's an interesting thing. I'm a music guy. You can see it. I love this shit. I live for this shit. What's the top 40 pop? What's the top 40 pop right now? I don't know. Who's the current top 40 pop? Top 40 pop songs can be found in music charts like the Billboard, right? So what's the fucking Billboard? We're looking for the top. So right now we got Hunter X with the, right now, a better show than Bad Bunny would have been to give, K-pop Demon Hunters isn't any more American than Bad Bunny is. You can see that the American music industry hasn't been doing so good. So none of these people qualify. None of them. We're going to go down the whole chart. The 200. We're going to do the Billboard 200, right? Yeah, give me the Billboard 200. I hope this isn't some DMCA or something, but I don't think it is. Cardi B. Has Cardi B played the Super Bowl? No. So that would have been That would have been the choice. That was the obvious choice. It should have been Cardi B. Ooh, where is Cardi B from? Is she British or something? I don't know Cardi B either. Yeah, it's New York. You know, I'm saying, yeah, Cardi B would have been what's here in America. You know, I'm sorry, but yeah. So, who else would have been qualified? Sabrina Carpenter? No. Nine Inch Nails? No. Alex Warren? No. SZA? No. Morgan Wallen? No. Justin Bieber. Has Justin Bieber played the Super Bowl? No. So, or Justin. It should have been Justin, right? So, Cardi, it should have been Cardi or Justin. I mean, Bieber is Canadian. So, no. I mean, I know. That's probably one of the reasons why he hasn't, probably one of the reasons why he hasn't been. So, we go looking through for names, and Bad Bunny is in the top 10, so it makes sense. Buckingham Nicks is in the top 20. Wait, why is Buckingham Nicks in the top 20? Wait, Buckingham Nicks? How is Buckingham Nicks? New Buckingham Nicks? Is that what that is? Is there new Buckingham? There isn't a new Buckingham, but the Duo Soul 73 was reissued on September 19th. It is, so they reissued. I love the Buckingham Nicks album. That shit's so fucking good. It is sitting in the topping 20. Or even Buckingham Nicks. It should have been Buckingham Nicks.
Pro-Palestine marches in the country, though again.
I can't believe that. So anyway, Buckingham Nicks is in the top 20. So is 21 Pilots. They played the Super Bowl, I'm fairly sure. So Stray Kids, nope, none of these people. Now or Tay Tay. But I mean, Tay Tay's played the Super Bowl, right? I'm fairly sure. Has Taylor played the Super Bowl? No, it should have been Tay Tay. Oh, she wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't let her own it. So she was like, sorry, I can't do it. I'm going to say something else here, too. No, Buckingham Nicks is probably too old for this. Interesting music stuff. So now we look at the rest of the chart. Billie Eilish. Has Billie Eilish done, or Billy? There was a lot of people that it should have been. Has Billie done the Super Bowl? Should have been Billie. It should have been Billie. Yeah, she attended, was seen, but she did not perform at the outdoor blister support the Ravens. This is supported Bad Bunny in the most recent Super Bowl halftime show. Wow. Oh, he's supported. Oh, I guess so. Bad Bunny did play the Super Bowl, huh? Already? No, this is a dumb comment. I'm just going to delete it. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I don't pay attention to this shit.
Again, right now, we do not officially know any details about the attacker or his beliefs. Again, for now, we have eyes on this, and we're going to have to wait to see what information comes from the investigations here. But then also, regarding the topic of anti-Semitism, we should talk about this news involving the ADL and FBI. Because
Fleetwood
the
Mac,
director of the FBI, he just announced that the agency is cutting ties with the Anti-Defamation League, with them saying that they're an extreme group functioning like a terrorist organization. And this notably after Elon Musk and other right-wing influencers went after the ADL for its work documenting alleged racism and anti-Semitism connected to Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA.
I wonder if even in Arcadia is good. I haven't heard it.
Labeled Turning Point
Sleep Token's really good.
For a hate group. Instead, it described it as
Submarine, the
an
Marias
organization that provided a platform for extremists and far-right conspiracy theorists. They then also claimed that TPUSA's leadership and activists have made multiple racist or bigoted comments and have been linked.
Sad Boys for Life too.
Examples there, and they then also argued that Kirk himself pushed numerous theories about election fraud and COVID-19 and has demonized the transgender community as well.
Fireworks and rollerblades.
Right?
What?
Connected to that, you had a fair share of people sharing screenshots of an ADL webpage talking about what's known as the
Eminem's curtain call,
right, which is it's not just about identifying as Christian. Instead, it's described as an extremist ideology dating back to the 19th century, which believes that white people are God's chosen ones and advocates for a holy war against Jews and other minority groups. And so, with all that in mind, you have Musk pointing to the ADL and saying that they're a hate group against Christians, right? And claiming that the ADL using what he called false labels about people and organizations, including.
There I am, triggered again by some right-wing moron talking out the left side of his fucking ass.
Machine, which I will say is also a little bit funny, just because, you know, a lot of the criticism of the ADL has actually come from people that
right side.
Left. Right? Specifically, Palestine supporters or Netanyahu critics, they've slammed the organization for equating anti-Zionism and even general criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism. I mean, you've even had ADL employees speaking out against the ADL's defense of the Israeli government. Though also, notably, a lot of backlash came in response to the ADL's past defense of Elon Musk. Or you might remember when Elon Musk did this, the ADL called it an awkward gesture and a moment of enthusiasm. And actually now, in response to all this, you've had the ADL accused of folding to Musk again by taking down its so-called glossary of extremism, reportedly removing over 1,000 pages of related research from its website. Though there you had the ADL defending itself in a statement saying that an increasing number of entries in the glossary were outdated, and noting you also saw a number of entries intentionally misrepresented and misused. But again, another big aspect of this backlash we're seeing it has to do with the ADL's ties to the FBI and other law enforcement. Because if you didn't know, the ADL's partnered with law enforcement agencies for decades to educate them on extremism and anti-Semitism. And actually, in the case of the FBI, it's mandatory for new agents to complete the ADL's Law Enforcement and Society Workshop, which, according to the description, examines the history of the Holocaust, the role of police under the Nazis, and the implications of the Holocaust for law enforcement today. I mean, you even had in 2014, former FBI director and I guess now recently indicted James Comey delivering a speech to the ADL for its work, saying, if this sounds a bit like a love letter to the ADL, it is, and rightly so. But now you've got Kash Patel telling Fox News, James Comey disgraced the FBI by writing love letters to the ADL, vetting agents with an extreme group functioning like a terrorist organization.
Is he even there anymore? Why do you keep talking about him? Isn't he fired or whatever?
Law enforcement. It was
who cares?
As counterterrorism.
I don't care.
In danger. Saying that era.
I don't care about Comey. Comey's gone. Why are we talking about him?
But then next up, In the news, let's talk about Trump gearing up to send ICE to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. Because in case you missed it, the NFL and Apple Music, they announced that Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime headliner this year. And that's not like
Oh, yeah.
the most surprising news. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. But still, because everything is stupid, that sparked a controversy. Because even though Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico, which is an American territory, many on the right believe that this was an un-American choice. Or with some outrage that his music is primarily in Spanish, not English. You had people like me.
Yeah, they're not even
calling
gonna know what
the
he's
selection an
saying.
active middle finger to the right. And then others posting things like Roger Goodell and the NFL just decided to make the Super Bowl political. This is not a pick designed to unite football fans or let people just
No.
enjoy the show. It was a pick designed to divide fans, and no doubt Bad Bunny will find some way to push a woke message. Does this guy really scream American football to anyone? Right, and then with all that, you had people pointing to Bad Bunny actually opting to not do any shows in the 50 states for his recent tour because he has a huge Latino fan base and he was concerned about ICE. Or with him explaining there were many reasons why I didn't show up in the US, and none of them were out of hate. But there was the issue of like fucking ICE could be outside my concert. Well, now it's not just randoms and commentators online. This has reached the Trump administration. Right? Because you had Corey Lewandowski, a senior advisor in the Department of Homeland Security, going on a podcast and getting asked if there would be ICE enforcement at the Super Bowl. And there he said,
there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you, we will apprehend you, we will put you in a detention facility, and we will deport you. So know that that is a very real situation under this administration. It's so shameful that they've decided to pick somebody who just seems to hate America so much to represent them at the halftime game.
And so that clip, it's taken off, and you had ICE backing up those comments to TMZ, confirming that ICE presence will be at the event. And that ended up sparking its own wave of responses with something that's
God, you suck so bad.
ridiculous to threaten an ICE raid over a Puerto Rican and therefore American artist. Right, some saying this just proves Bad Bunny's point about not touring here. But this also is some
Yep.
said this feels like a pretty empty threat. Right, arguing that the crowds attending the Super Bowl and those attending a regular Bad Bunny concert, they're just not the same group. So people saying it's less likely that fans would be putting themselves at risk or be in risk in the same way with his own world tour. Though also the fact that this even turned into a big controversy at all, for many it proves why it's such a big deal that Bad Bunny is doing the halftime show.
Bad Bunny is performing at the biggest stage on the biggest night in the United States when Latinos are being scapegoated, persecuted, and being talked about like we don't belong here. Bad Bunny champions his island, okay? He's constantly wearing his culture on his sleeve. It's representation. It's defiance. It is joy in the face of people who try to shrink us.
Yeah, I do like the pro Latino side of it. I gotta say, I'm okay. He probably signed on, I think.
But first, let me
maybe I will watch it.
Say, fall is here and it's stacked with football, baseball.
I mean, no, I won't watch it because we're not on stream anyways.
Football concerts like Billie Eilish, the Lumineers, Benson Boone.
I remember last year, probably 3 Super Bowls have gone by. I don't think I even mentioned it on my stream because I don't give a flying fuck when Super Bowl is. I don't care. I probably totally miss it. It's probably dick repellent, I swear to God. It's like dick repellent, which means that like men in my channel, they're going to be like, wow, I sat here and watched your stream all Super Bowl and you didn't mention it once. That's how you know I'm autistic. I don't do sports. I don't care. I did do sports for a time there because it was important to me because Denver won a bunch, but the minute that Denver stopped winning, I stopped caring.
The Jonas Brothers, it's all happening. And
this is often the case for other people too. When their team isn't winning, they don't care.
Giving out $500.
My team hasn't won since Peyton. I'm not, well, they have, but like not like, Super Bowls. And they lost Super Bowls since Peyton. And I'm just happy that the Broncos exist. I don't care about them anymore. Don't know why.
Every single week for over a year, thanks to our sponsor at SeatGeek, and somehow you still have an entry for free. All while it's been so awesome seeing so many of you beautiful bastards win the $500 SeatGeek weekly giveaway and use it to hit up concerts, games.
I don't think I want to restart a character.
Again, if you haven't entered yet,
it's so much work.
Next week's $500 winner could be you. Though also for the uninitiated, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads and tickets to over 70,000 events, sports, music, comedy, theater, you name it. If you're new, you're a first timer, download the app, scan the QR code, or hit that link in the description description and use code Phil for $20 off your first ticket purchase. And then, and this is key, add code DeFranco to your SeatGeek account. That gets you $10 off at any ticket, and it enters you in for a chance to win the weekly.
Got
Platinum
3
Cup.
kills
Anyway,
today. It
no
was
first requirement.
good.
And SeatGeek vets, that applies to you too. You just add code.
It's
DeFranco
prime
to your account
time. I
when
bet
you
I
register.
see
Scan that
people.
QR code or click the link below and use codes Phil and DeFranco and go make some memories. But then next up in the news, 30% of the people who responded agreed that Americans may need to resort to violence to get the country back on course. But that is what we're seeing from this new survey.
No.
And the details of it are very interesting because that 30% is up 11 points from just a year and a half ago. And while you saw increases for all party identifications, they did not rise equally. The Republicans went up 3 points, independents went up 7 points, and Democrats shot up 16 points, going from 12 to 28%. But with that, while the Democrats had the biggest increase, that's only because Republicans were already so high. Right, a year and a half ago, Republicans were where Democrats are now in terms of support for potential violence, and today they're even higher, showing 31% support. And so basically what you have are the Dems catching up. And as for why you're seeing all this, you had NPR senior political editor Domenico Montanaro, whose outlet was involved in the survey, giving his interpretation.
And I think that it really speaks a lot to people who feel under threat in the country, whether they're targeted for hiring practices or feel like they don't have upper mobility or feeling like that the country's not going in the direction they want. In some senses, though, I feel like there's a failure of politics here overall, because if you feel that politics, which is the only way to really create change in the country, is the way to make that change, then you don't feel this way. But when politics people feel has let them down, then you start to see these kinds of openings.
And that actually brings us to another poll that just came out because it seems to demonstrate what he just said. Because it found that 64% of registered voters believe the nation is too politically divided to solve its problems. And that's up 22 points from 42% in the fall of 2020, which was when the U.S. was dealing with COVID lockdowns and BLM protests. Right? And we're seeing all of this is now a third of people said that America's problems are so bad that it's in danger of failing as a nation. And that, including well over a half of Democrats and only around 6% of Republicans. Right? And with all of this, I also think it's important to note the timing, because these polls, they happened after the Kirk assassination, but before the government shutdown. So it's very possible that some of these numbers may have shifted. Now, with all that said, there are things that Americans seem to agree on. Right? So, for example, despite a third thinking that political violence may be necessary, 95% of Americans still say that it's a problem. But then with that, when you ask about what kind of violence they're worried about, you get very different answers. Right? So for Republicans, you saw more concern about violence against public officials, whereas Democrats, they had more concern for violence against protesters. And then for many other issues, the broad surface level agreement, it also turned out to conceal kind of a deeper disagreement when you break it down further. So like, for example, only 12% of registered voters support revoking the licenses of TV stations that air programs criticizing Donald Trump. But when you narrow it down to just Republicans, that number jumps up to 26%, or around 1 in 4. Right? And that is 64% of Republicans here added that Trump's actions pressuring media organizations which cover him unfavorably have been about right or haven't gone far enough. And then, even on Jeffrey Epstein, although 61% of Americans disapprove of the Trump administration's handling of the case, that number is only 25% for Republicans, with nearly half of Republicans approving of it and 9% saying they don't want any of the files released, whether the victims' names are redacted or not. But I will say, despite all this, I was able to find at least one question from the second survey on which it appears that both sides seem to genuinely agree. Right? And that is whether they would call each other the enemy or fellow Americans whom they merely disagree with politically, which is 10% of Democrats and 14% of Republicans opting for the harsher description and the overwhelming majority liking the kinder one, which does give some hope given the kind of venomous rhetoric we've heard from many, including from the president.
I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are.
It is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. They're Marxists and communists and fascists,
Nope.
and they're sick.
That's
These
you.
people,
You're
they're so
fascist.
sick, and they're so evil.
But then next up in the news, we should talk about why these 20 states are suing the Trump
Yeah, what do we do?
They say that Trump's
What do we do,
using
Trump? Do we
federal
do
funds to help
ICE?
survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence who can't immediately prove their
Do
immigration
we
status.
shoot
The
up
MPs in other
synagogues?
states, they're saying that even lawful residents and U.S. citizens could be
What do we
cut out
do,
from these
Trump?
urgently needed services, and adding.
Maybe we killed Charlie Kirk, but I think that was you. Usually right-wingers have guns.
And adding abusers will frequently restrict the victim's access
Just
to important
saying.
legal documents as a means of control and
38 active.
prevent them from escaping the dangerous situation. Then with that, they also pointed to Trump's recent statements that appear to minimize the seriousness of.
There's my
domestic
hypernet
violence.
for the
Things
3
that take place
days.
in the home they call crime. They'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, They say this was a crime, see? So now I can't claim 100%.
Right, but also with this, to
What?
benefit, this has to do with funding that's awarded by way of two laws: the Victims of Crime Act and the Violence Against Women's Act, as well as something called the Burn Memorial Assistance Grant Program. Right, and the Justice Department's new rules restricting the use of this funding to provide legal services to undocumented immigrants is scheduled to go into effect on October 31st. Though also with this, I'll say, this isn't the first time that the White House has gone after money meant for the victims of crimes. Back in August, the Trump administration actually threatened to withhold Victims of Crime Act funding to states that don't assist with immigration enforcement, with that also prompting 20 states as well as DC to sue the Trump administration, right? Because that funding, it reportedly covers the cost of about 75% of state-run victims' compensation programs. Right? And those programs, they help victims with medical expenses, counseling, and even funeral costs in the case of homicides. Right? And these funds, they also pay for services including testing rape kits and going toward grants for organizations helping people recover from domestic violence and other trauma. And also, a very big thing is that this funding, it doesn't actually come from tax dollars. It comes from fines and penalties in federal court cases. And so with all that, you've got people like New Jersey Attorney General Matthew Platkin saying, the administration's threat to withhold funds was the most heinous act that he's seen in politics, and adding, these people did not ask for this status as a crime victim. They don't break down neatly across partisan lines, but they share one common trait, which is that they've suffered an unimaginable trauma. What's really crazy is there's just a lot of stories like this. Every single day when we look to the news, there's kind of like 1 to 3 things that suck up all the oxygen, and it becomes very easy to forget or miss so many things that are actively happening. And with that, it brings us to the end of this video. You've got even more just a click away, or even the first episode of my brand new podcast, Crashing Out, with myself and Alex Perlman. And we promised each other that we'd do this for 3 to 6 months no matter what. Very happy to see y'all loving it. Also, for the newest Philip DeFranco show that you might not have seen, you can click or tap right there. And if you've got links for all my shows, all my podcasts, if you want to watch them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you prefer to get filled in. No matter what, let me just say thank you for watching. I love yo faces, and I'll see you right back here on Monday.
Alrighty, October, looking like a jam-packed month. In fact, this might be one of
Most of
the
these I
darkest
don't.
months of the year.
I don't like any of these.
The number of big new games coming out. Few ones that I'm quite interested.
So this guy's, y'all like Barrow Trauma, Star Citizen, Sea of Thieves, Destiny, Helldivers, and Void Crew? And the answer is no. No, I didn't like any of these. No. Explosive ship combat, thrilling on-foot battles, vast arenas, and wild and intense grappling to enemy ships to sabotage. With elements from Void Crew and I feel like Star Citizen with roguelike features. My buddy and I just played for it. We're hooked.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
I like this in Starfield. I don't really know why I need this game, but I mean, I don't know. It's cheap.
Approaching Stargate.
It's not like me to skip a game. Is Jump Ship on GeForce Now?
Autopilot jumping.
You're literally in No Man's Sky? Really? It's like actual planets and stuff?
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
It's mission based. Yeah, this was a good, helpful review. I liked it. It was good. Yeah, I mean, it's my type of game. I'm seeing a lot of positive reviews here. There is a demo. I suppose I'll fire up the demo if it's not very much space.
Approaching Stargate.
$20. I don't. Oh no. I guess there was a demo the next fest, but I didn't play it. I'll have to buy it, huh? I'm not sure. I don't think.
Autopilot jumping.
I don't know. I can't really just blow $20 right now. I just paid $240 for GeForce Now, or $200 for GeForce Now, and then
Warping to Stargate.
oh god, and then I spent $90 at this dispensary, or like 100. And I mean, I'm just tapped out for this month already. At pretty much the beginning of the month, you know, that's what it's like to be in the lower class. I don't have this kind of money, even for $20 like that. It will lock me out of Mortal, which I don't want. So maybe I go do a demo on a torrent. We'll see. I'll play it on torrent first before I buy it, and if I like it, I'll buy it. It's $20. You know, I got no problem with that. Jump ship, but I'm very wary of what I think is good as compared to what other people thinks is good, because there better be like damage numbers and stuff like that. There's stuff that I want. Oh no, what's this? No, what? Look.
Autopilot jumping.
Sorry.
Autopilot
Oh, I'm dead
disabled.
on Final Fantasy. God damn it. Of course. Again.
Warp
Just
drive
let go.
active.
So dumb. I need to like just. Go. Nervous to do it right away. I don't know if this guy's hunting me or what. Was he there? No, he wasn't there because I don't think he's going the same direction. I just got good intel and I'm going to use it. But it also adds on to my journey. Oh, no, it makes my journey easier, actually, I guess. We're past the scary areas, and a bunch of this is in high sec, so, meh.
Warping to Stargate.
That's good information.
Warp drive active.
No, jump ship is not torrented. That's interesting. I hit it. I think it hit, like, today. Well, I don't know. I think I will buy jump ship, but I struggle with spending money on games as I just spent money on streaming service. And I have enough games to play that I want to play. And not playing Mortals seems kind of like not what I want to do. This is acting like I'm downloading or something. No, it was just caching, I guess. That game looks good. Nice. So it was just streaming in. So, what do? I go and I chop wood. But first we dump wood. Okay, gonna chop wood. I died on my fucking BST again. And I was getting good XP, but I don't think I got enough. Not really. I should just start sending the sheep in and staying in a safe place where I can't get aggro. And I should practice it, because I'm bad at it. I'm fucking bad at it. And just sick the sheep on the goblin. Or the, I don't know, the Liz or whatever. And just, like, at full health. And then just, like, let it do its job. Because the sheep will always kill the target, I think, pretty much. The sheep can pretty much solo everything that's CP. So, especially with, like, food up and stuff. So, it's tough, but, you know. Oh, oops. So, put on the axe and start chopping wood. Okay, back to the video. Wow, we went through the whole video, huh?
Interested in as well, so let's go ahead and dive on in. First up this month is
Oh, we
Kingmakers.
watched
Now,
this.
I'm cautiously quite optimistic about this game. What I initially thought was going to be just kind of a meme game turns out.
Oh,
to have
Arc
a lot more depth
Raiders
and
is
interesting
October
mechanics than I
30th.
expected. On the surface, yeah, you are strolling
Ghost of
into medieval
Yotai,
sword and
Little
bow fights
Nightmares
with modern-day
3.
weaponry. Sounds simple enough, yeah, but there's quite a bit
Fellowship.
more to it. All right, next up we've got Fellowship. This game's premise is simple. What if you took World of Warcraft's dungeons and just spun it off into its entirely own separate game? That is Fellowship in a nutshell.
4.
Referred to as a multiplayer online dungeon adventure, or MODA, set in
Night Raven
is
the 13th. Nice. That's
endlessly
soon.
scaling dungeons runs. Players must focus on working together as a team with an emphasis on skill, cooperation, and strategy to defeat bosses, collect loot, and work together to overcome challenges. The game features the Holy Trinity. You've got a couple of different options for each of the categories of tank, healer. There's a new Ninja Gaiden, quite a blast from the past.
Wait, you can be a healer? I guess maybe that might be good.
Autopilot jumping.
What's it look like?
Features is the scaling dungeons, where you're increasing the challenge over time. As you progress, things get harder. Beyond.
I don't need this, unfortunately.
Warping to
All right, next up
Stargate.
is Keeper. This is the latest game from renowned developer Double Fine Productions,
Double
creators of Monkey
Fine.
Island. This is an atmosphere. There's a new Ninja Gaiden, quite a blast from the past. This is an action-adventure game co-developed by Team Ninja and Platinum, the 7th
Wow,
mainline
Team
game in the
Ninja.
Ninja Gaiden series and the direct sequel to Ninja Gaiden 3 from back in 2012. Key features include an improved combat system. You got different like techniques. You got Bloodbind and Ninjutsu, legacy techniques. You got the Kata's wire grapple, real-time weapon switching, and the ability to go into a berserk state. The game features a new protagonist and is set in near future Tokyo, where an ancient enemy has been resurrected. Ninja Gaiden 4 will be launching October 21st for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Then we got Outer Wilds 2, the next installment of the original sci-fi RPG from Obsidian. The first game from 2020. We also got a couple updates and betas I want to tell you about. New World has this Night Haven update. It's adding a brand new zone, this like spooky vampire themed area. A window there. Oh, and then also I just saw there are beta test signups for Outward 2. This is like a really interesting RPG with unique mechanics. The original was, and the sequel looks really cool as well. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, just on the Steam page, you can sign up to be a part of the playtesting for that game. Now, in terms of what I'm going to be playing this month, well, it's going to be, I'm going to be busy. We got Kingmakers, Blue Protocol, Battlefield 6, Painkiller, and Arc Raiders. Those are like the definitely want to play. Then if I have the time, I would like to follow up with Fellowship. I want to check out Keeper, and that New World update sounds cool. Like I would be interested.
I'm gonna play the New World update, and 76 is coming too this month too. Okay, so done with that. We're gonna keep going. Oh no, it's that. No, 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 go.
Autopilot jumping.
Oh, thank God.
Autopilot disabled.
Go, fucker, go.
Warp drive active.
Go, 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 fucker, don't tackle me. Yeah. Fuck you. I have no idea who even just tackled me because I keep getting blocked by some warning or whatever. It's so annoying. The fucking warning is dangerous. Maybe it was just a mob. I don't know. Why did I bomb out? Seems odd. Oh, server went down, apparently. Oh, server restarted, I guess. Let's go do the 76 daily since this is like having a server issue. And I will come back. And I will listen to some happy 76 music. We were going to 76. Yeah, 76. Go. I don't need Jump Ship. I've got Starfield. I think it's a superior game in every way, the combat, and I saw Jump Ship, and I know what it is, and I think it's definitely inferior to Starfield. If I were to play a Star game, it would be Starfield. Right now, I'm stuck on Mortal. I'm in medieval mindset right now, just chilling in my medieval cottage. Chilling in my medieval cottage, killing bandits, chopping tree, you know, working the markets, selling wood, doing fucking whatever it's called in that game. I don't know, mastery or whatever. I think of it as merit points, but doing merit points. Yeah, they announced Burning Springs today, and I looked in an expose about that. And they're doing a bunch of new cool content for 76. It's going to be amazing. I want to go do some caravans on a busy server and see if I pull people, because that's always fun. They're about to change the caravan content, so I should try and get a little bit further maybe. And see if there's stuff there from the vendor that might not change or something, I don't know. Or might change, excuse me. Fuck, I love this song. I love the fucking music on the store. It's like become like soul music for me. You know, I didn't go to where I wanted to go to. And I believe I'm gonna warp out. God damn it. Yeah, I realize now that I kind of want to go to Fallbow. I don't know. Maybe Quicksand's safer. I should just watch the aggro more. Gonna try and farm some real XP and just send the sheep and not worry about meleeing. Because I constantly die. It's so annoying. I know I'm playing BST wrong, but I mean, I don't care particularly. Oh, my monthly items came in. This GeForce Now seems to not be getting a good connection. Yeah, this is fucking terrible. What the hell? Or, I don't know, it's not terrible. I don't know, it seems alright to me. Whatever. You know, I'm sorry guys, I believe I need to restart my computer because my VPN is acting up because I took a long break today. And I'm going to stop this video and come back and restart my computer. And I'm sorry for the I should have done that when I got home. I didn't think about it. I will next time. BRB.